So my name's Dr. Gareth Miles. I'm a reader at the University of St Andrews in the School of Psychology and Neuroscience. So I teach here at the university, teach our undergraduates and postgraduates, and also run a research laboratory. So as the name would suggest, motor neuron disease is a disease which affects motor neurons. Those are the nerve cells or neurons in the spinal cord that send the final signal to muscles to make muscles contract and to allow us to move. So in motor neuron disease, unfortunately, around sort of midlife, typically people lose their motor neurons slowly, and so they lose the ability to move. And unfortunately, it's a fatal disease that at the moment we really can't do anything for people with the disease, not much anyway. People will typically, of course, breathing is a movement, so breathing will stop eventually. So it's a really devastating disease that we're trying hard to kind of come up with possible treatments for. Unfortunately, right now for motor neuron disease, there's really not much in the way of treatments. There's one treatment, a drug called riluzole, which has been shown to extend life by a few months, and is used. But other than that, there really isn't anything out there right now. In terms of things on the horizon, there are so many labs all around the world studying this disease, all studying little parts of the disease, that I think, that I'm sure that we aren't too far away from new treatments. But right now, there's nothing immediately on the horizon, which really speaks to the desperate need to understand the disease better, so we can find, well, what should we target if we're going to design treatments for the disease. It's always hard to work at the next big thing. If I knew, I should do it and be the one who finds it out. But there's a few things that really interest me right now, and there's almost a little bit of a kind of competition going on, I think, because there's some really cool stuff around what's called brain-machine interfaces. So, and particularly for motor control, people have shown that we can control things like a robotic arm using activity from the brain to control this electrical thing. Because that's how the brain works as well, of course, is sending electrical signals. So that's quite amazing to me, and I think you can see people with paralysis for various reasons. This could be a way to overcome that by having this brain-machine interface that you can control, some sort of prosthetic limb, shall we say. At the same time, there's lots of work going on about how do we kind of stimulate the nervous system to repair itself. So again, for things like spinal cord injury, how do we get the connections to grow back again? So I think those two fields are almost in a race, and I can see both kind of charging towards new ways of helping people who have lost motor control, essentially, and it'll be interesting to see. I think they're both really interesting, and both will have big discoveries.
In the NHS, people talk about tribes, not only doctors and nurses.